Hello, Sky friends. It has been a very busy beginning of the year for us in Sky. Season of Lightmending started January 16th. Since then, we've had, to coincide with the Winter Olympic Games, the Tournament of Triumph, which ended February 12th. Days of Love ended February 19th. Days of Fortune will end February 26th. And February 27th actually makes the beginning of the 7th week of Season of Lightmending. Seasons go 10, usually 11 weeks. So, of course, 7 weeks is right smack in the middle. And what happens in the middle of a season every single time, or at least every single time since I've been playing, is that they bring back a group of spirits from another season, or several seasons, and we get them all at once. This time, beginning February 27th, we're going to have 6, count them, 6 returning spirits from Season of Assembly. The entire season is coming back. They're going to hang out in the treehouse, according to what I've read, and we're going to have a chance to look at and get the cosmetics, and more importantly, to get a hold of their wing buffs. But you probably know from my previous videos, you have to meet the spirit in the realms before you can actually access their cosmetics tree when they come back as a traveling spirit. So we're going to go and look at the Season of Assembly spirits, where they reside in the realm on a regular basis. Like I said, when they come back as a returning, my understanding is that they're all going to be hanging out in the treehouse, so in the hidden forest. But I want to point out real quick, at the end of this video, I will also be putting one of the options for you to click on to move on to a new video is going to be for the traveling spirit that starts on the 26th. So yes, we are going to have 7 spirits here from the 26th through the 1st. And then the other 6 spirits will carry on until the 12th. So let's go find the 6 spirits in hidden forests that are part of that group. I'm Kimmy Amber, and this is Hey Mom, Play This. If you have not already started or done the Season of Assembly, I think you are going to have to start that in order to actually see the spirits, but I don't know that for a fact. So as long as you can get through this door, which this is the constellation for Valley of Triumph, as long as you can get through that spirit gate, you should be able to get in here to participate with the spirits, but you still have to meet them out in the rest of Hidden Forest before you can actually interact with them here for their cosmetics. So the treehouse. One thing I want to point out, on the graphic, the season guide is actually on the graphic, which is not normally the case when we have returning spirits. So I don't know if that's just to help us identify that this is Season of Assembly, or if they're actually going to do something with this season guide's cosmetics tree for us. Because in the middle of the season, their friendship tree looked like this. You can get these same things, but season guides also have the ultimate gift friendship tree. And you almost never, I don't know that you have ever had access to that if they come back like this, unless they start the whole season again, which they did for example, the Little Prince. But it just seems weird to me that the season guide is on this graphic with the rest of the spirits. So I don't know what's going to happen there. We'll have to just wait and see. And as I said, I don't know whether or not you're going to have at least started the season in order to interact with the spirits for this event, for this returning event. But you have a week. Just know that the Season of Assembly, if you have not done it, is very much a cooperative thing. You're going to need additional players to help you. I would suggest going to the Discord channel, and there is a space for looking for group. There's always somebody in there who's willing to jump in and help you out. That's what I would suggest. All right, so here we are at the back half of Forest Entrance. And two of our spirits are right over here by the treehouse, which makes sense because most of these are near an entrance or an exit. This is the Scolding Student. The Scolding Student is going to give us a mask, a hair, and a cape. A really pretty kind of tulipy cape. And then we have, behind the treehouse, is the Baffled Botanist. The Baffled Botanist also gives us a mask and a hair. And in this case, his is a little lantern you can see on the back of his costume there. So those are two. Then we have two more in the next area, which is Forest Brook. Now I know 6 sounds like a lot, but the fact is that most of these spirits have been back recently. So that's going to help us to conserve some of our candles, but not much, particularly if you didn't have the candles to spend on them when they came before. The Baffled Botanist was here in September of 2024. The Scolding Student was in December of 2024. And then these next two, the Marching Adventurer was July of 25, and the Scaredy Cadet was in August of 25. And then we have two more in the Broken Bridges Boneyard area, which we'll get to in just a second. Meanwhile, let's go find these two. The Marching Adventurer is right here, over here on this left mountaintop. Marching Adventurer has a hair, a mask, and that torch. Then across the way over here is the Scaredy Cadet, who also has a hair and a mask, and that hammock that he's carrying. I'm going to get in out of the rain. Now, a smart sky kid who is going to spend any kind of time in the Broken Bridges area turns off the rain first. And we're going to find the Chuckling Scout and the Daydream Forester. The Daydream Forester is over here on the left side of the tree as you face it. Cosmetics for the Daydream Forester are the hair with the little flower band, a mask, and in this case, she has a music sheet. Over here, behind, on the other side, is the Chuckling Scout. Chuckling Scout has the mask. You're going to find clothes and shoes from the Scout, as well as the hoop that floats through the treehouse area that is part of the scavenger hunt. All right. And if you needed to get there, of course, you just use the shortcut to go back to the treehouse. So there you have it. The 6 spirits from Season of Assembly that will be visiting and likely hanging out right here from February 27th through the 12th. Save up your candles. Go find these. If you have to start the Season of Assembly, make sure you do that so that you can get in here to do this. And don't forget your wing buffs. I hope this video is helpful to you. If so, hit like, subscribe if you'd like to get notifications for the next videos that I post. As always, thank you for coming along with me. I'm Kimmy Amber. This is Hey Mom Play This, and I hope to see you again in the sky.